Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. What I'm going to do tonight is go over a couple of updates, and then obviously if you have any unemployment questions, definitely put them in the chat. How's everyone doing on this Thanksgiving Eve? I don't think I'm going to go live tomorrow or Friday or the weekend unless obviously something crazy happens. In other words, unless we have some really good news. So yeah, the next time I plan on going live is Monday. And if you're new to the channel, I do go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. All right, DJ. Hey, how are you? And Mike, how you guys doing? Thanks for being on. Okay, so last night, right, we talked about the $55 billion that was left over from the CARES Act, right? And the good thing was the Federal Reserve gave that money back to Steven Mnuchin, right? So I learned that in order to get this money dispersed like ASAP, we would have needed an executive order. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So Mnuchin actually, and I'm probably not even saying his name right, deposited the money in the Treasury's General Fund, which means that the money cannot be used without the approval of the House and the Senate. So we had huge opportunity to at least get a stimulus check out there to everyone, but instead we do nothing about it. So yeah, I'll go through a couple of updates and then I'll discuss my personal experience today with PUA support for the state of Pennsylvania. 1 in 4 Americans with children had little to no food to eat in the past 7 days. So yeah, let that sink in. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, right? It's unbelievable. The flu is actually at the lowest level in recorded history. And obviously it's accredited to people's behaviors. You know, they're wearing masks, they're not going out as often, and they're not spending time with people. And kids are home. And obviously we know how, I don't want to say dirty kids are, but you know, they're kids, right? So they're not bringing it home to us from schools because they're not in schools. Yesterday, there were 2,142 fatalities from COVID, 172,935 cases, and that was yesterday from Johns Hopkins University. I'm getting my days so confused. I keep thinking every day's Friday. But it's not. But it doesn't matter because tomorrow's a holiday. So the Republicans, right, they want a lower bill because the employment rate is getting better. Well, not really. Because last week, 770,000 people filed an initial unemployment claim, which is 30,000 higher than the week before. So to all the politicians that think that this unemployment rate is getting better, you are sadly mistaken. As if the food lines from the food banks doesn't tell the story, right? And in fact, it should tell a very impactful one. But they don't listen. Hopefully they'll be keeping an eye on this data, and because I can't even imagine this number going low anytime soon, right? So 2 consecutive weeks in a row that the unemployment rate has gone up. And the last time it was this bad was late July. So yeah, 20.4 million Americans are still receiving some sort of unemployment, which is an increase of 135,000 from a week ago. Going through this research is absolutely so painful. And I know you guys are chatting it up. I have the chat over here, and I'm reading my notes here. So I'll get through what I want to say, and then I'll hit the chat so I can stay focused. Because I'm learning if I go from one to the other, I have to get good at that. So White House Trade Advisor Peter Navarro. This guy's like my new biggest fan. Wait, I'm his fan. You know what I'm trying to say. He says that it's time for another round of coronavirus relief. It's been 8 months. 8 months. Can you believe it? Since Congress passed the CARES Act. 8 months. And that's all that they've done. Anyway, so he had some comments today regarding the new numbers from the Labor Department showing that there was a rise in unemployment. And he goes on to say, what I'm worried about is there are millions of Americans out there at risk of falling into this chasm where they don't have significant support. This is why a phase 4 program and a bipartisan level is so important. And he goes on to say, there's a lot of arguing going on. I think we know that, right? 3 main points need to be addressed in the economic relief package: helping small businesses, which, as we know, employs like 50% of the American workforce. So helping small businesses by implementing the PPP program, sending another round of stimulus checks to families, and extending unemployment compensation. And as we all know, there are estimated 12 million unemployment claims that are going to be lost December 26th, the day after Christmas. And then Pelosi acknowledges that we have to get something done. Anyway, and then she goes on to say, and again, they have been resistant, I'm assuming the Republicans, of the things we consider priorities, but everyone knows people are hungry, people are fearing evictions, people need the CARES Act provisions to be extended that address unemployment insurance and the rest. So at least I know that she knows that we need the help, but is she dragging her feet to hope for a bigger package? Who the heck knows? All right, so I'm going to move your comments over in front of my face so I can see them, and then I'll tell you about my PUA story. I got through to PUA today. No way. How'd you make out? All right, DJ, that's awesome. Yeah, I figured today would be an easy day. Trump was golfing. Yeah, and he got on for 62 seconds the other night to talk about how great the stock market was doing and how it hit record numbers, and he didn't take any questions, and then he left. Yes, auto redial helped. Yeah, I just got my phone and hit the phone number, and then I was just doing this on my phone. I think it only took me like 20 minutes before I actually connected with someone, so it wasn't too bad for me. Mike says states are paying out: Colorado, New Mexico, and Washington. Yeah, if I'm understanding your statement correctly or your question, yeah, there are some states that have taken upon themselves to provide their own stimulus package. I think it was New Mexico, I said yesterday, was giving $1,200 or something to each. I can't remember what I said yesterday. But yeah, hopefully more states will follow suit. Who knows? 1 hour on the phone waiting. Yeah, I called after lunch. I don't think I waited an hour. I actually got home pretty quickly. And I was pretty happy about it. I will get a call back on Monday from a supervisor or from someone. and I'm selfishly asking for myself. Y'all the bomb. Thank you. And I do read your comments when I do end these lives, and I do appreciate each and every one, because when I'm getting ready to say bye to you guys always pump up the chat with some amazing comments about the channel and me, and I do appreciate them, and I do read them. Hillbilly music in the background. Customer rep calling you back. Why are they calling you back? Because they didn't know the answer, or and then Mike says how cruel they can be. No food for Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas, no more unemployment. Yeah, I know, right? This is crazy. Oh, it's so upsetting. Oh, okay, they need to check your claim. Yeah. So quickly, I'll tell you about my story. So obviously, I've done my research on unemployment. Otherwise, I wouldn't have created this channel. Do I know the answer to everything? Of course not. I will be the first to say that. So in our situation, we just finished out EB at the end of October. So now, obviously, we're going on PUA, and I know I have weeks available for PUA because I know the calculation. You have to subtract how many weeks of EB from the 39 weeks of PUA, subtract that, and that's how many weeks you have left. So I did that. So I called PUA, and I was probably on hold 20 minutes. It really wasn't that bad. Got connected with someone, and she was very nice, very pleasant. But what I was trying to do was, because I was on, I don't know why, but I was on PUA a couple weeks before I went on to PEUC. Don't know why. Well, again, my husband was. Don't know why, whatever. I mean, I was happily accepting the money, right? But that's what they said, so whatever. So I think the PUA stopped for me in April. So when I go to file PUA now, I'm seeing dates back in April. And there's no easy way to like skip a week like you can in regular unemployment. And so instead of me having to go through, each week, which would be like 26 weeks, I guess, because I didn't want to mess that up. And then, God forbid, get paid for a week that I shouldn't have been paid for. So what I was asking her to do, if she can change the date of, instead of me getting the claim date to say May, have it say October 31st. And oh my God, it must have taken her 20 minutes to just figure out, I guess maybe catching up on the claim, see what was going on or whatever. So she comes back and she's like, well, you already used up your 39 weeks. And I'm like, and I was so nice. Like I said, okay, well, would you be able to explain how I did that? Because I was literally reading the website to her, and I said, starting February 2nd, how many you have to calculate how many weeks you collected for PEUC and EB, subtract that from the 39 weeks that PUA pays. And first she said that you had to count PEUC in that calculation. I said, and I wanted to say, oh, hell no. Like, I know this stuff. Anyway, but I was so nice. And I said, well, it looks like on the website that PEUC weeks aren't included in that calculation. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So then another 20 minutes goes past, and thankfully, well, not thankfully, but she comes back. She's like, I'm not able to do it. It just says you're exhausted. So I politely said, would you be able to tell me why? Like, what are you seeing? Because, again, my calculation, and I totally did the whole calculation for her. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not getting mad at you. Like, I'm not, like, because she kept saying, like, in her system, kept saying that our claim was exhausted. And if it is, that's fine. But just let me know why, right? But she couldn't. So I said, no disrespect. I know it's not your fault. You can only report what you're seeing, but is there any way I can talk to someone else? And she said, well, I can't transfer you to anybody, but I can put your name on a list for a supervisor to call back. So I'm sure that will probably happen in the year 2021. Okay, so you needed to check your specific claim. They didn't pay close to $2,000. So were you collecting? I know I'm not going to know the answer to this, but I'm just curious. So you were collecting PUA religiously, and all of a sudden the payment stopped, which is so weird, because if that's the case, that happens in regular unemployment all the time. Oh, it's so crazy. So freaking crazy. What are you guys doing tomorrow? We're just hanging out here doing dinner. I guess there are a lot of people that don't want to be on YouTube right now because there's not many people on here, which is totally cool. Oh, okay. So you haven't gotten paid since they decided to stop direct deposit and start with the debit card, start paying with the debit card. Could it be that, again, wishful thinking, maybe your money's on your debit card? Hopefully. I obviously, I guess not, because you called PUA, so that was a stupid question. Oh, okay. So they missed 3 payments, but then in the meantime, you've still been collecting, hopefully. Sorry, I'm like putting you on the spot, making you type fast. Okay, got it. Yeah, and $2,000 is $2,000, right? Like, come on. Yeah, I feel so bad for them though, like those customer service reps, because I can't even imagine the crap that they have to deal with. I'm sure that they deal with abuse on a daily basis. And like I said, this person that I spoke with was very nice. Yeah, I'm praying. Well, you know what? I'm praying not only I'm confident you will get that money. Will they call back on Monday? I pray that they do. Are they even open Friday? Probably not, right? I didn't even look. I know my situation, I thought about calling back, but then I'm like, whatever. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, and when I tell you like my story, I don't mean to come off as like complaining about it, because I've been very fortunate to any problems that I had, I got it resolved very quickly. And I think maybe that's the issue with a lot of people that you see like on Facebook and stuff like that. It's like, you got to be on top of this stuff. 2 of my husband's friends actually, that he was laid off with, like still haven't collected anything. And they're like, how do you get paid? And I'm like, you just got to contact support until your claim is fixed, and you don't stop until it's fixed. That's the key to, that's the key to getting paid, right? You got to be relentless. You're on the phone, and then he hung up. Oh my gosh. I was so fearful of that too. I'm like, am I accidentally going to like hang up on the person? And then he called you back. That's amazing. And yeah, I would have had a freaking heart attack if that happened to me. Yeah, like for me, I mean, I was trying to work at the same time because I still work. And I had my phone like right in front of me, had her on speaker, and I muted it because I was typing and stuff. And every once in a while, like my phone would dim. And I'm like, I didn't want it to totally like black out, even though I was on hold, because I didn't want to like accidentally hang up on the person. And then like I would touch the phone to make it brighter, and it's like, oh God, don't hit that right button. Don't hit that right button. My hands were over my face praying. I bet they were. Oh my God, isn't this crazy? It's so crazy that we have to stress about this stuff. It shouldn't. Again, I've said this many times, things are stressful enough with the holidays coming, with with everything going on. And the last thing we need to worry about is finally getting someone on the phone, because at that moment we feel a sense of hope, right? And then to get the phone to hang up, oh my God. Oh, that's awful. Chris says, I filed online 3 times and then I was asked to send in a manual filing. Holy cow. Was that like the initial filing, or instead of doing like the online filing, you had to do a manual filing? Or was it like the initial claim that you opened up, or was it like the biweekly claim? I was just curious. Hey, when you get through on the phone lines, it sounds all garbled. Yes, it does. It sounds like an alien. Yeah. Don't hang up. The phone lines are all screwed up. I showed that to my husband. I guess it was a week ago when I tried to call, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And he's like, oh my God, what the heck? That was really weird. I felt like there was going to be like an alien coming out of the phone or something, because I think I did hang up the first time I heard that. And I'm like, ooh, I guess they're busy or something. But I didn't hear that today. And what also scared me was when I heard the garbling. They had once you got past it, when I called like a week ago, they only gave the option of, we will only help those that haven't filed an initial claim. And I'm like, well, what are people supposed to do if they have an existing claim that they have a question on? Like, it didn't even give that option. But today I didn't hear the garbling, and I actually got options like press 1 if it's a new claim, press 2 if it's an existing claim. And so yeah, good thing to mention that, because that's important, because I'm sure a lot of people hang up after hearing that. I have to go. I'll be back. All right, DJ, have a great Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you Monday. Have a great weekend. Chris, the very first time I was so happy to get through, I screwed up my SSI. And oh, you screwed up your Social Security number. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's, oh my gosh. And then just to get hung up on is absolutely awful. And if you are, I know that there are a couple of people popping on. If you have any unemployment questions, definitely put them in the chat. And if you don't, if you just want to chat and all that good stuff, we're just sitting here chatting. I did do an update in the beginning of the video, so when we're done, you can watch that for the first 7 minutes or so. And I will be going live on Monday. I won't be going live the rest of the week, considering it's a holiday. But if there's anything, any crazy news, I will definitely pop on, because we all deserve to hear good news. And if there's good news to share, I will definitely share. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hopefully, you know what I have to do? I'm just trying to think. Yesterday, I talked about Governor Cuomo and his plea to extend unemployment into, well into 2021, if not the entire year. And I need to follow up on that. He had written that letter to leaders of Congress, and I need to find out if there was any, sorry, let me mute my phone. See if there's any follow up to that, if there's any response, because I think Governor Cuomo is, he's doing us a solid by speaking up for us. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the video for now, because I think people are just starting to get ready for Thanksgiving, because there's not a lot of people on, which is totally cool. But again, if there's anything exciting happening over the weekend, I will definitely be coming live. I probably will be uploading some videos, just answering some questions that I've gotten, and it's just easier to, answering those questions on, individual video or whatever. Thanks, Chris, for hopping on. I really appreciate it. So yeah, have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.